This is part 2 of my current plant collection because to fit it all in one video would have been too much. This is my succulent window. Here's my little jade. She's sun stressing on the tips with those little red margins. Here's my coopery. I love the transparency on the tip of these leaves. I just think that's so cool. It really became a plant I started to like. My Crimson Princess. Pinky leaf, that big old leaf, my Rick Rack cactus, which it took a while for me to even find one, and when I did, it's like the store had cut it all back, so all of that is new growth. The saddest string of bananas you will ever see. I cannot keep string of things alive to save my life. And my passion fruit cactus, I believe this is. My variegated Bertoniae. Hoya, of course. That little guy is cool. This is another Hoya. I do not remember the name of this one. And my shark tooth cactus. I like the look of both that and the Rick Rack cactus. I had to have them both. And my Black Pagoda lipstick plant. I love that texturing on the front and the back of the leaves. The pattern is just so pretty. Then I got some plants out there in timeout. They're the ones that act like they just not gonna grow or act right unless they are out in the sun. So for the summer, they go outside. Then I got some other little stuff over there. That little thing right there, this drilling, got some of the prettiest little variegated leaves on it, but I don't feel like going out there to show y'all, so another time. Let me get to this corner over here. Oh, before I get to the corner, this cylindrical snake plant, and then this other snake plant variety, which the name of escapes me at the moment. But I got a pretty adequate snake plant collection right now. Moving the grandbaby out the way to get over to this corner. Now this is really like the jungle over here. All the rest of that is just like neatly in its place. This right here is the jungle. Big old Silver Bay Aglaonema sitting up here that I had got for my birthday. That big guy's got flowers coming up inside of it too. And the flowers remind me so much of peace lily flowers when they open up. All that back there is still him. He's pretty big. And down underneath of him is my Domino Peace Lily. This guy's been around for a while. Not sure why it's crisping on the leaves right now, but hardy guy. He's been around for a good while. Look at them big old leaves. Down behind him is my Pink Princess, which sits right in front of this light getting blasted. Down there is the remnants of a painted lady I cut up. But look at these leaves. This is an almost fully pink leaf with just that splotch of green. That's more so a burgundy leaf. Then we go over here to my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma, climbing up this pole. I've cut some props off of that guy that are about ready to be potted back up with that original plant. Another one of my Florida greens. These guys grow pretty wild. And they got those long petioles that go so far away from the pole. I be having to tie them up and clamp them to keep them moving. Move all of this foliage out the way to get back in here. And hold up. Come on, Peace Lily and Ginger. Y'all in the way. There we go. You see those leaves. My jungle boogie's up in there. That guy's always pushing on a new leaf. I love him. Monster, Lecheriana. Coming through with some beautiful variegation on the leaves. And even some of the leaves that don't have the variegation are just big, huge, beautiful leaves. And the ginger plant, the variegated ginger plant. It's also crisping around some of the leaves, but meanwhile, putting out those newer leaves with no crisping on them. That thing don't know if it's happy or not, if it's coming or going. I'm gonna just leave it in its spot and see what happens. So that's the end of this area over here, my little, corner jungle. I'm not completely happy the way it's set up, so that's gonna change. This is my little Laurentii snake plant. Here's another gold honey-eyed snake plant and a black gold snake plant. I had just made up my mind at some point that I wanted a whole collection of snake plants. There's one of the silver bay babies. That guy's often putting out new leaves. And a big, thick old hardy alocasia scalpum. The leaves on those guys are so thick and hardy. And that's got some new baby leaves coming out in there. And another silver bay baby with a new leaf currently unfurling as we speak. And there's an everyday run-of-the-mill regular old green pothos. People don't give them enough credit. They look good when they lush. Mine are struggling right now, of course. It's gonna be okay though. Now, for one of these plant stands I took you to before, I didn't get some of these plants on the back side. So here's my Manjula pothos. I just always love the coloration on her leaves. Look at that mostly white leaf. She's just a pretty girl, pretty girl. Now here in the kitchen is my red arrow syngonium. She vines like crazy under this light that hangs over the window, and that's not even a grow light. It's just like a regular under the cabinet type of light, and she loves that light. So I started putting more plants in this window with her, like this Peace Azizi that came from my grandmother's plant, that small little Peace Lily, and my original passion fruit basket that I cut the other pieces from to save it and restart it. And then this lipstick plant here, which is starting to vine real crazy. Some of those up there, it had already vined, and I wound the vines back around the pot just to fill out the top. Which cat is this whining at me? And now that the cat has been taken care of, here's my lemon lime heart leaf. That girl is going to get some work done to her top because she has all these super long trailing vines. And just like that lipstick plant, I'm eventually going to wind them around the top of her basket and pin them down. Probably not all of them, but enough of them to fill out that top portion. Mind you, I had got this girl on clearance for $10 and her vines were dragging the floor. So I was like, it's fine. I'll take care of it. Then I also got some other propagations in this window, including another little piece of my passion fruit plant from when I cut it up to restart it. Some of these propagations look like they're doing okay. Some look like not so much. We'll see what comes out of it. And that's another little prop box I got up there. And my big golden girl, She's been around for so long and has given up so many propagations, it's not even funny. And that is pretty much all of the collection that I had at the time of filming, but it won't surprise you to know I've received 14 more plants since then.